Hey everyone! If you're in Class 10 and that Resources and Development chapter has your head spinning, don't worry, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down all the key ideas you need to nail for your exam, and A1 Institute is here to help make it super simple. Let's dive right in.
So, to get us started, I've got a quick question for you. Just think about it for a second. Your phone, the water you drink, the very air you're breathing right now. What is the one thing that connects all of them? Any ideas?
You got it. They are all resources. They're all things we use to, live our lives. But for your exam, things we use isn't going to cut it, right? We need that precise mark-scoring definition. So let's lock that in.
All right, first up, what exactly is a resource according to your textbook? Getting this foundation right is absolutely key to understanding the rest of the chapter.
Okay, here it is, the official definition. A resource is anything in our environment that satisfies our needs. But, and this is the important part, it has to meet three conditions. One, it's got to be technologically accessible. We need the tech to actually get to it. Two, it has to be economically feasible. Basically, it can't cost more to get than what it's worth. And three, it needs to be culturally acceptable. You got to remember those three: accessible, feasible, and acceptable.
Now here's a really common mistake people make. They think resources are just there, like free gifts from nature. But that's not the whole picture. The truth is, we humans play a huge role. We're the ones who turn stuff from the environment into something we can actually use.
So, how does that happen? Well, think of it like a triangle. We start with nature, the physical environment. Then, we use our technology to transform what nature gives us. And finally, we build institutions, things like companies and governments, to speed up development. And right in the middle of all that, that's us, humans. We're the link that makes it all work.
Okay, so we know what a resource is. Now let's get into how we organize them. This is a super important section for your exams, and if you can get these classifications straight in your head, you're looking at some easy marks for sure.
So there are four main ways we can classify resources. We can look at their origin, is it living or non-living? We can look at their exhaustibility, basically can it run out? Then there's ownership, who does it belong to? And finally, the status of development, how much have we developed it? Now they're all important, but let's zoom in on exhaustibility because that one's a really popular exam topic.
So when we talk about exhaustibility, it's pretty simple. On one side, you have renewable resources. These are the ones that can be renewed or reproduced, like solar and wind energy or forests. On the other side, you have non-renewable resources. These things took millions of years to form, and once they're gone, they're gone. We're talking about things like coal, oil, and other minerals.
All right, get ready to screenshot this one. This table is the perfect cheat sheet for revision. It lays it all out for you. Natural and human resources. We just covered the natural ones, right? Renewable and non-renewable. But don't forget, we humans are also a resource through the skills we have and the institutions we build. This chart is a fantastic way to remember everything at a glance.
So we have all these amazing resources, and we know how to classify them. So everything's good, right? Well, not exactly. The way we've been using them, kind of without a plan, has actually led to a pretty major crisis that affects every single one of us.
This thoughtless use of resources has created three huge problems. First, depletion. We're using up resources way too fast, often just to satisfy the greed of a few. Second, accumulation. The resources have ended up in the hands of a few people, which has created this massive gap between the rich and the poor. And third, and this is a big one, a major ecological crisis. We're talking global warming, pollution, the whole shebang.
Okay, I know that all sounds pretty serious, and it is. But here's the good news, there is a solution. People all over the world have been working on a plan, a path forward to deal with this crisis.
And that solution has a name you absolutely positively have to remember: sustainable development. All it means is that we develop in a way that meets our needs today, without wrecking the planet for future generations. It's all about finding balance and thinking about the long game.
Now, this idea didn't just pop up overnight. A really big moment happened back in 1992 at the Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit. More than 100 world leaders got together to figure out how to tackle these massive environmental and development problems. And the biggest thing that came out of it was something called Agenda 21.
And this quote right here, it really nails the whole idea behind Agenda 21. It's all about global cooperation. The main idea is that we all share this planet, so we all share the responsibility to protect it. It's something we have to do together.
So we have this big, important global goal of sustainable development. But a goal without a plan is just a wish, right?
So how do we actually make it happen? Well, that brings us to our last key idea. You need a strategy.
And that strategy is called resource planning. It's basically the accepted game plan for using our resources wisely and carefully. For a country like India, which is so diverse, this is crucial. Think about it. Some states have tons of water. Others have very little. Resource planning is how we manage everything fairly and sustainably for the entire country.
And that pretty much covers the core concepts. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little something to think about. After all this, what's just one small change you could make in your life starting today to use a resource just a little more sustainably?
I really hope this made the resources and development chapter a whole lot clearer for you. If it did, do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with your friends, and definitely subscribe to the A1 Institute YouTube channel for more explainers just like this one. And if you want to go even deeper and get detailed notes, expert guidance, or even look into admissions, you should definitely contact A1 Institute. All their info, including the phone number, is right there in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and keep on learning.